Okay, hi, flosstube. Welcome back. My name's Mandy. You found my YouTube channel about cross stitch mostly, and a little bit of quilting. This is flosstube episode 26, I think. It is Friday, March 19th. It's about 7 o'clock at night. After work, all that good stuff. I just thought I'd hop on here because I have kind of the house to myself. My 1-year-old's sleeping, but I have the house to myself for a little bit because my husband took my 4-year-old and they are scouting for turkeys. Because here in Georgia, turkey season starts tomorrow. Whether it's rifle or bow, I don't know. But my husband is very excited. Uh, so I thought I'd hop on here and film my foster video because it's been, I think, about 2 weeks since I checked in with you all last. So let's see where to start. Not a whole lot has been going on as far as life update. My 4-year-old was sick 2 weeks ago with a cough, and then my 1-year-old got it, and now I got it, so I sound kind of congested, and I'm hoping to get through the video without a coughing fit. I'll try to pause and cut those out if I have to cough. It's not COVID. My son was tested. I wasn't tested, but I had the shot. The only symptoms we're having is a cough. No fevers, no like upset stomach, none of that. So I really think it's really just a cough. But yeah, and I feel fine. Like I don't feel. I'm a little tired, but I don't feel like sick. I just have a cough. And if I talk too much, I start to cough more. So I'm gonna try to go through this somewhat quickly. And hopefully make it through without coughing. I do have some tea just in case. Okay, so I have a few finishes, one FFO and a couple whips. I'm kind of finishing up my March Madness, so I will show you that. And I got some haul. I will show you the Stitch Me St. Patrick's Day box. I don't remember what version of the box I got. I think I got the deluxe, maybe. Excuse me, I have to take a drink. It's chamomile tea, so that's why it's kind of a funny color with milk and honey. When I talk, I feel this like little tickle in my throat, and then if it gets too bad, I have to go into a coughing fit. And so I'm trying to calm down that tickle. So, yeah, haul is mostly the Stitch Me box. I got a few patterns, and I mean, I'd be a rabbit hole and falling down. But or anyways, yeah. So for finishes, I'll start with this quilt behind me is one that I finished piecing the other day. It is called. Sorry, I'm looking for the pattern. I had it and I don't know where I left it. Oh, Stolen Kisses. It's called Stolen Kisses by Basic Gray from Moda Fabrics. This was a kit I got from Fat Quarter Shop, I think 2 years ago. So I don't know if the fabric line is still available. I don't know if the kit's still available or any of that. The fabric line is called Nova by Basic Gray. So that's what all the prints are. And then the solids are Grunge, which is another Basic Gray fabric, but they reprint that, I think. So I don't know, but it was a lot of fun to put together. Actually, I really like the colors in it. The hardest part was the little X's right there. But it was nice the way the pattern's written because you could cut. You made the block a little bigger and then you cut it down so that it was a little bit easier to have like good looking points and everything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get it loaded on my long arm this weekend and quilt it and hopefully give it to my brother as a kind of a wedding gift, part of his wedding gift anyway. He's getting married in May, so he doesn't watch this video, so it shouldn't be spoiling anything. But yeah, so that is that's that quilt. And then I have one piece that I fully finished. I did the stitching on this last year. It's a stitching with a housewives pattern from their What's in My Cup series. Stitched with probably the called for or close fancy floss on 28 count Joblin, black Joblin. I finished it on this little, I don't think it's technically called a hornbook, charcuterie board, I don't know. I got it at Hobby Lobby in the fall last year. I saw several other floss tubers talked about it, so you probably have seen it. Mounted on sticky board with some blue fabric sticky board in the back, and then I did a pretty terrible job with this trim. It's really wonky. I need to get a hot glue gun with a finer tip for the glue to come out a little thinner. And the trim is, it looks like rickrack, but it was just like a ribbon from Michael's. Okay, and then I have 3 pieces that I finished the stitching on. 2 of them were things I was working on for March Madness. They were my like Blackbird bracket. Basically, I put I picked 4 designers that I had like a whip and a new start from each of their patterns, and so I put the whip against the new start for that designer. And so for Blackbird, this was a whip. This piece is called Blackbird. There's the cover photo. It's called Blackbird by Blackbird Designs. It's stitched, I think this is a 28 count linen. I stitched it with a color and cotton dark truffle. It worked out pretty quick. I'll finish it into a pillow, I think. What was I going to say? This floss is, I don't know if you have any of this dark truffle, but it's like tricky. It in different lights it looks really different colors, so it's kind of cool. Like in the bright sun it looks kind of purplish. On here I think it looks pretty dark brown. So yeah, it's kind of, if you should check it out. It's color and cotton. I really like their floss. And that particular floss is kind of fancy. The next piece I worked on, so this one technically went against the Blackbird pillow piece called March of the Daffodils. I did this stocking. I kind of picked my own color, not my own colors, but I tried to match the cover photo, and I don't love my color choices. I think they kind of, the green the stem is too dark, and the yellows don't go together very good, but it is what it is. This is my first stocking that I've stitched by them. And so yeah, it was a learning process, I guess. It's stitched up really fast. I think I really put 2-3 days worth of work into this. And that's like stitching on my lunch breaks and stitching after work. So a couple hours into it. And I'll finish it as a stocking. I don't know what the fabric is. It's a linen. I think it's a 30 count. I think the tag I had said R&R, like fog or sea fog. I think I put a picture on my Instagram with the tag, if you're curious. Okay, and then this was a stitch along that I started earlier this month. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, coughing fit. This was a stitch along I started with Fat Quarter Shop earlier this month. And I just liked working on the pattern so much, I just kind of kept on working on it. So, and I finished it. This is the Prim and Proper by Lori Holt. I just stitched with a called for Aura floss on a 25 count Prim Lugana 2/2. And I really had a hard time putting this piece down. I like it was. I think when you stitch in hand with a sewing method, doing this like fill in stitching is really repetitive, like really meditative. So it was easy to stitch. It was a lot of fun. I really like the cloth feels good in your hand. I don't know. It was a really enjoyable piece to work on. Here's the cover photo. I'll probably finish it similar to this. I don't know about the pink and the rickrack, but I'll probably try to find a frame, something like that. So that's it for my finishes. I have a couple whips. So I'm just trying to think the best order to do these in. Okay, so let's see. Two of the other designers were stitching with the housewives. Stitching with the housewives, Kathy Haberman and Hands On Design. Those are the same people. Hands On Design and Priscilla, their collaboration, that was like a pairing. And then Madame Chantilly was also a pairing. And so of the Priscilla Flame and Hands On Design collaboration, I worked on this hip hop chalk full, as well as the spring Seasons and Chalk, which I didn't bring over here, and that one lost anyways. Excuse me. And this one advanced another round and then lost to Peter Cottontail by Hands On Stitching with the Housewives. That's as far as I got the floss in there. I would like to, this isn't going to get finished before Easter by any means, but I would like to maybe finish it this year, or this season anyway. If I put another couple hours into it, it'd probably be done. Sorry, I'm kind of disheveled. This coughing is driving me crazy. Okay, and then this Madame Chantilly piece, I showed you in plans because I was gonna work on it. I hadn't started that last video, but I did put, I think it was just a day's worth of work into it. And it lost to the Celebrate Tiered Tray, so you'll see that in a minute. But this is how far I got on April Sweet Sleep. I'm stitching it in the called for, I think it's the called for DMC. This is a piece of 32 count Lugana called Sandcastle by Be Stitch Me. So I'm gonna keep working on this too, this season, and hopefully get that close to a finish. I don't know if it'll be FFO'd, but it'll be close to a finish. Okay, and then the two March Madness pieces. So I worked on this one for 2 days because these are like the final two. Is this Here Comes Peter Cottontail by the Housewives. Here's my progress. Stitched on 28 count black Joblin. It's not the called for, but it's similar colors. I just pulled from my stash what I had that looked similar to it. So that's where I'm at, and this is going up against the Celebrate Spring Tiered Tray by Madame Chantilly, and I will post the poll for it on my Instagram probably tomorrow. Here, Celebrate Spring. I technically need to put another day's worth of work into this for it to have like the equal amount of time but I'm really close to a finish on this one too. I just have the bottom tray to do. This is stitched with the called for DMC on 16 count French lace by Witchelt, I think. So that's those. That's my March Madness. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can vote on which one will be the true winner that I'll FFO. Like I said, I'll post that poll tomorrow, the 20th of March, if depending on when you watch this. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Floss fell out. Where did this come from? Sorry, hold please. I think it came from here. Hope so. Looks like it. Okay, so 3 more whips that I kind of just worked on randomly. This is the Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along for 2021. I am woefully behind. That's what I got. This is month 1. This is the end of, so this is month 3 over here. So at least I got the whole, I got my top border in. This is with 1 strand of DMC 168 over 2 linen threads. This is a 36 count Be Stitch Me called That's My Jam. And that's fairly true to color, I think. The model, it looks more modeled on the well, on the screen it's playing back to me. I don't know what it'll look like in the final video, but that's that. It's slow going because it's 36 count and it's a dark fabric. And it's not, I'm not very proficient at 36 count yet, so. And then this is another stitch along I'm doing. This is a 6-month long, I think, stitch along with Jardin Privé. It's a pattern in French. It's a mystery stitch along. I don't know the name of the pattern. I can't remember. But it's a bunch of birdhouses. So this is half of it. It's going to be really long. So this was the first release. You get basically 2 houses a month, 2 birdhouses a month. There's birds on top of them, and they go along with the month. So this is like January, February, March, and April will be next. So yeah, this is it's fun. It's super cute. Well, it's a mystery, so I don't know what it all looks like, but it looks super cute. I like Jardin Privé's stuff. So, and then last whip, I'm really excited about this one. I just started it the other day. I think it's going to be a birthday gift for one of my good friends from like elementary school. We don't like talk a whole lot anymore, but she's kind of one of those friends that every time I go home and we hang out, it's like we've been together. We haven't been apart, even though I don't talk to her that often. But it's her birthday in April, so I'm hoping to get this stitched up and finished for her. Have a month. But this is Satsuma Street. Satsuma Street, is that right? Garden Party in the warm color tones. I don't have the cover photo. It's a PDF pattern, but it's really quite pretty colors. If you know Satsuma Street, her colors are all like really, really super bright. So my floss is just a hot mess in here. I haven't put it all on floss drops yet. So, and I'm stitching it on 25 count mushroom Lugana 2/2 with the called for DMC. That's it for whips. I had to pause once, I think, for a coughing fit. So yay. I have a little bit of haul, and then I'll go through the Be Stitch Me St. Patrick's Day box. Plans. I'm gonna finish those. No, I'm gonna finish working on Celebrate Spring, the tier tray by Madame Chantilly. I will put the poll up in a day or so. And then whichever wins, I'll have roughly a week to finish the stitching and FFO it, which has plenty of time. If for both of those, I'm very close to a finish. I could easily finish them in a day or two of stitching. So I will do that. That's part of my plans. I want to work on that garden party more and try to get it close to a finish. And then, yeah, I'm realizing with March Madness, I don't like being told what to work on. So I'm just going to go back to stitch what you want when you want. Sweet, as they say. So I don't really have set plans. But I do plan to do another stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop again next month. I'm sure you've seen this if you watch them. This Home Sweet Home pattern. So obviously got the pattern, I got the floss, and I think I'm going to stitch it on this piece of Be Stitch Me Earth. 14, this is 16 count Ada. I just thought that blue would look really good, and I found this finishing piece at Hobby Lobby, so I'll probably finish it just like that. It doesn't come with those flowers, so I'll have to decide what to do with that. But so that's kind of plans. Also haul. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Being sick sucks, y'all. Okay. Another pattern I got, Stitchy Stars, another Lori Holt. Yeah, Lori Holt pattern. I liked it because it looked kind of patriotic. And then I got the kit, the Week Star Works. This was just a pattern that I picked up from Fat Quarter Shop because it was cute. I was watching somebody on flosstube that showed this. And I can't remember who it was, but this heartstring samplery Victoria's Garden. That just looked really pretty. It's kind of, honestly, it's not really my style of anything I'm stitching currently, but I have a lot of projects like this that are kitted up that I want to start, so it's evolving. This is my first ever Prairie Schooler Santa. I just thought he was super cute. All the woodland, this is the 2021 Santa, all the cute little woodland creatures. And then this was a flash sale on Fat Quarter Shop, so I bought it because I also have the spring and fall one. So now I have the set, Prairie Schooler. And then if you've been watching me, you know I haven't ever stitched a Mirabilia. It's kind of not in my aesthetic. But I've been watching Nad's X Stitch on flosstube, and she showed this. I don't know if this is a Mirabilia, this isn't Bella Filipina, but kind of along the same lines. She's been working on this beautiful one. So I was enabled by her, and I got this one to stitch, and I got the floss and the beads and all of it. I kind of thought about starting it tomorrow on the 20th because isn't that the spring equinox? And this looks like really springy to me. But I don't know, I kind of will have to see how I feel when I wake up tomorrow. If I feel like starting a new project. It kind of changes every hour if I feel like starting all the things or finishing all the things. But every day I want to kit something. Like that's my favorite thing to do is kit up stuff. So, and then let's see, this is more haul. This Autumn Gifts pattern by Plum Street Samplers. I first saw Sambry Stitches doing this, and I just really like it. All those colors are beautiful. So that came, and I got that, and I just felt like kitting something up. So here you have it. I just pulled floss from my stash, kind of to be similar. And this is a very pretty 36 count linen by Fiberlicious and buttercream. So I think that'll I think that'll look really nice. And then I was the lucky winner of a Kindred Stitcher bag. She had a bag sale last weekend, maybe. And I got one. She had like 6 or 8 of these that she posted, and they go in like seconds. You have to say me right away, like right as she posts them. And I think that's kind of half the fun. It's a really nicely made bag. Yeah, and I'm excited. I feel like she's kind of a flosstube hotshot. I don't know, legacy. I don't know what the right word is, but I got one of her bags. And now I'm excited. Sorry, pause for a drink. Okay, and then that's all that haul other than the Beef Stitch Me box. Which I have not ever been disappointed by any of her boxes. I will, if I have any say, any control over it, I will never miss one of her boxes. I just bought the summer one. I ordered the spring one, which should be shipping here, I think, in the next week or two. This is the St. Patrick's one. So I think I got the deluxe because it came with a project bag. And I saw somebody else unbox theirs, and their project bag was different. I think it was Pam and Steph. I think her project bag looked different. So this is the one I got, which is cool. It came in an actual box. I just put all of the stuff in here after I opened it because who waits for flosstube to film up to open your stuff? So sorry, I'm getting everything out of the pack. I thought there was a card of who made the bag, but I don't know where that. Oh, right here. Made by A&D Sewing Creations. So it came with a pattern. How can I show this to you? That was designed by Brandy. A cute little gnome. It came with some, sorry, crinkle. I can't figure out how to open it. Floss drops. And they're kind of cool. They're like 3 or 4 different materials, and they're pretty thick, so these like won't bend easy. It says you can find floss drops by Bestitch Me at bestitchme.com. So I don't know if she's getting into like making these too, but that'd be cool. If you have like a long-term project or something. Came with a needle minder. Says Luck of the Irish. Came with a scissor fob or a zipper pull. I'll probably use it as a zipper pull on this bag if it fits. And then she, I think so many people were confused by the last box of what this was. She called it a frogger. So it's like it's a needle with just some beads attached to it. So that makes sense, easier to frog out any stitches. But yeah, that's cute. Okay, now the best part is it came with some silks. So 1, 2, 3, 6 silks. This first one is unnamed, but it's a cool variegated green and black. This one's called Lucky. This is pretty variegated as well. So that's pretty. This one's called Shamrock. Pothos, I don't know, sorry. Lemon Lime. It's nice bright green, and then grass is just a good name for it. It's a grass green. So those are all really pretty, all 10-yard skeins. I will say her silk isn't like the softest that I've worked with. I definitely think the Belsois by Classic Colorworks is so far the softest I've worked with. I have some MPIs that I am going to do a project with, so I can report back, but it's still really nice to work with. I'm in that Peter Cottontail piece, the blues, so the bunny, the blue overalls, those are in Brandy silk, and it's still nice to stitch with. I really liked it. So okay, and then it also came with 3 fabrics, and you can choose. She allows you to choose an 1/8 yard or a 1/4 yard. I did a 1/4 yard of the 32 count Lugana. I like the Lugana because it dyes a little bit lighter, and so with some of her colors, although they're beautiful, they're like really deep on the linen, and that works for some projects but not all projects. So I like the Lugana and I like stitching on it. But this first fabric is looks like, excuse me, it's called Lucky. It's a little bit lighter than I think it's coming up. But that was beautiful. This one's, I think, my favorite. This is Pine. Color's not coming through very good. It's kind of a bluish green. And then Shamrock. This is like a real bright green. So yeah, I need to find a good couple projects to put on that. Okay, that's all I have. Sorry, hopefully this video wasn't terrible. My voice sounds lovely, and I'm all congested, and sorry if you were wearing headphones and heard me sniff and cough a lot, but that's it for haul. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you saw, I would love it if you left me a comment or liked and subscribed to the video. Well, I wanted to shout out a couple people. Not that I have that many followers, but I recently started watching Homegrown and Handmade. She, I think, just made her first video like earlier this week, maybe. So you should go check her out if she does quilting as well, and she also kind of had like a garden segment, which looks like she's gonna have a really awesome garden this year. And then there was somebody else. Her name is escaping me. I'll talk about it next time. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for tuning in. I won't be back next week, and the week after I'm going to be on vacation. So it'll probably be 3 weeks before I come back. So yeah, I hope in the meantime everybody enjoys your stitching time, and enjoy the next flosstube video you go watch. I'd love it if you left me a comment or follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to post a little more on there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody.